thinking about you. 아무리 고개 흔들어도 난 네 생각만 하고 있을 뿐. 아무리 딴짓해봐도 난 너의 목소리만 들릴 뿐. 있으면 해 here with me.
Hey guys, happy new year. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute that I produce any type of content, but I had a lot going on and I'm gonna try to do better. I know I have said it before and I haven't exactly lived to my word, but you know what, new year, new circumstances, and I'm gonna try to record whenever I have something valuable to share with everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed your New Year celebration. I hope you guys are staying safe and protecting yourselves and protecting the others around you. I hope you guys are doing whatever you can to build up your immune system, because that is important. It's not just social distancing and wearing a mask, but we also must take extra precautions as far as building our immune systems are concerned, so that we'll be able to have the strength naturally to fight this thing. But is it me, or does it seem like every time you turn around there is a new variant, a new version of this coronavirus? I don't know, it's just me. But hey, this is not what I came here to do, okay? So basically, I just wanted to talk about single parenting and dating. Yes, because I'm a single parent, and oftentimes people who knows that I'm single, and a lot of times I get asked the question, why are you still single? Or I'll get asked, or they will throw at me, you need to put yourself out there. You need to, make yourself more available and to meet more people. There is some truth to it, like, yeah. But my thing is, who's to say that I haven't? Or, people will say that your standards are too high, or they will say that you're too picky. There may be a little bit of truth to it, but you're supposed to have standards. You're not, and you're supposed to, I wouldn't say be picky, but try to choose wisely, because you've already made mistakes, and you would, do well to try and not to repeat those mistakes. But at the same token, people don't realize how hard it is for single parents to date. People don't understand that, sometimes it's not that you're not putting yourself out there. It's just that sometimes circumstances that are beyond your control presents itself, and you have to act accordingly. As a single parent, and this goes for both male and female alike. First off, you don't want to be inviting just any and everybody in your space, especially in your children's space. You don't want to be introducing them to multiple people at a time, especially if you feel like it's not going to go anywhere, and you don't feel like that person is ready or worth meeting your children or your child. But with that aspect put aside, let's say that you do meet a decent person that you do connect with on a certain level, and you guys plan out to go out and to meet for drinks or to have dinner, or to do, just to get the first initial meeting out of the way. And imagine that you did everything that you were supposed to. You arrange for a sitter hours beforehand, and you try to make sure that everything is set up so everything could go according to plan. But when the time comes, problems. Can you imagine? It leaves you feeling discouraged. Imagine setting up a sitter and then to have your sitter bails on you at the very last minute. Can you imagine the disappointment? Imagine other scenarios. Sorry guys, so my housemate came in, so I had to take the recording elsewhere. But seriously though, can you imagine the frustration, the disappointment, and the discouragement that it leaves you feeling as far as dating is concerned? Like for me, a lot of times I am normally invited out to a lot of places by friends, you know, and I very rare can I attend. Very rare. And they would say, I'm tired of inviting you out because you always have an excuse. You're never available. It's always something with you. Yeah, my daughter. She takes first priority above anything and everyone else. Because if I don't have someone that I can trust to watch her for me, whereas I know she is safe and secured, then what is the purpose of me going out and having fun and leaving my daughter with who? Like, you understand? And a lot of people, they would make it seem like you're not putting in an effort. They would make it seem like you're not trying. But in reality, you are trying. It's just that sometimes it's hard. It is especially hard when you don't have any reliable family members or friends. It is especially hard. I mean, don't get me wrong. Every so often that I can ask my niece to babysit for me, but it's not something that I should take advantage of doing on a constant basis because she is still a kid. She has the right to go out there and live her life and enjoy her life. She is not obligated to be at my beck and call every single time I need her to watch my daughter. And if she's unavailable on a certain day that I need her to watch my daughter, like, who am I to hold that against her? She doesn't owe me that service. She's not obligated to do so. Again, she has her own life, a child-free life to live. You know, so especially for single mothers, men don't seem to grasp the concept that for us single mothers, our kids are with us all the time. Okay, we do not have the luxury of picking and choosing when and if we want to be mothers to our kids. As mothers, we are on the clock 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We literally have no time off. And for single fathers, if your children do not live with you, it's hard for you to understand. And I hate when guys say, well, oh, well, I'm a single parent too, and I go out and enjoy myself. You do, but does your child live with you? Do you just have her on the weekends or every other weekend? Does your child only come and visit you during summer breaks and holidays? Because if your children does not live with you on a constant basis, how are you to compare your availability to go out and have fun as opposed to mine, where I have to work around my child's schedule? And like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not complaining, because at the end of the day, I love being a mother. I love spending time with my kids. I love being there for my kids. I really do. It's just that every so often, as an adult, I do crave to have adult time with other adults. And I am just saying that it is hard, it is difficult as a single parent to date. Because when you have so many things coming at you at once, and then when you do try to put yourself out there and you try to make yourself available, hoping to meet somebody decent that you can probably have that adult time with, but then you have circumstances that are beyond your control that makes it impossible to date, especially if you have young children. If you have young children and you are trying to date, you need you honestly need to meet somebody that either has kids of their own, or you need to meet someone that is very, 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 very understanding, where they're not taking it personally into thinking that you're trying to blow them off, but they do realize and understand that as a parent, especially if you have young children, again, that those children takes first priority always, you know. So I feel like it is important for single parents to date other single parents. Honestly. And there are a lot of single folks out there that they have their preferences, which is ridiculous to me, because some of these preferences is that as single parents they would rather not date another person with kids, which I find to be so weird and so strange. But that is another topic for another day. But yeah, you do need to find, well, hopefully you can meet somebody that has that kind of understanding, to realize that what, you're really not blowing them off. It's just that that is just how the situation is at present, you know and you hopefully we as single people can meet genuine people that love kids, that even though at that present time they may have wanted to have some adult time with you, but they understand that, hey, you have a child, and sometimes it's impossible, that they can plan kid friendly dates. Oh my god, that right there, if any of you have ever met a guy or a female that doesn't mind involving your children or implementing your child on a date simply because they crave spending that time with you, listen to me. That is a gem. That is a gem, because very rare you will meet people that say, hey, when you if you were to message or call and say, hey, listen, I have to reschedule, or we have to cancel a date because the sitter bailed on me, so I have nobody to watch my kid for me, or whatever the case is. I hope you understand. And for that person to say, hey, don't worry about it, just bring the child along, that person is a keeper. That person is a keeper. But there's also an aspect to that where you have to be careful, because again, like I mentioned earlier, you don't want to be bringing any and everybody just around your children, especially if you're meeting this person for the first time. You have to use discernment in situations like that. Is where you use your discernment. This is where you pray that you are an excellent judge of character, because there are some shady characters out there. There are some male and women alike that will preferably date people with kids with the sole of intentions of hurting their kids, because a lot of pedophiles are out there, parading themselves as good men and women. Yes, I said women too, because women can be pedophiles. Okay, women do violate little children too. I'm gonna put that out there. It's not just the men. Okay. Yeah. So we have to be very, very careful, and even in that aspect, again, this is where discernment comes in. This is where you use your judgment and your good senses as to how you want to proceed when such an offer is made. because at the end of the day, your child's safety is first. Yes, you may want some adult time. Yes, you may like this person. Yes, you may feel as though you have a connection with this person. And yes, again, this person may be a godsend to say, you know what, plan kid friendly days and involve your children or your child in the going out or whatever the case is. But again, I say I cannot stress it enough. I know I'm sounding repetitive right now, but again, safety first. Safety first, especially your children, your child's safety first all the time. Use good judgment. um we should be praying for discernment each and every single day for the people that we come across, because again, there are some shady characters. But in instances like this, especially if you are one of those people that you know doesn't introduce your children to the person that you're dating right away, even though that you may sincerely like this person, but you still don't know how this person may fit into your daily life, into your daily routine. You have to use discernment as to how early on you want to introduce your child or your children to said person. But dating whilst being a single parent is so much harder than people think, is so much harder than people realize. And sometimes sometimes you just want to break down and cry, because sometimes you do crave that time off. And listen, parents out there, especially you mommies, you mothers out there, okay? It does not make you a bad parent if you crave some alone time. As much as you love your children, you love your kids, at the end of the day, you are only human. It does not make you a bad person. It does not make you a bad parent if you want, crave, and desire some alone time by yourself outside of your children. As a matter of fact, that is healthy. Okay, because if you are overworked and overstressed out by always being around little people all the time, and there's no break in between, you have no time for yourself, you have no time to catch your breath and to regroup as a mother, as a parent, as a father. And you are going to lose your mind, you are going to burn out, you're going to find yourself lashing out at your children for no apparent reason, because you're burnt out and you're a little stressed out and you just need a break. Okay, so if you need a break, that's fine. Okay, don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't let nobody guilt trip you into making you think or feel like you are abandoning your kids for simply wanting a break, for simply wanting an hour or two to yourself. Okay, but people just need to be a little kinder and a little gentler to us as far as dating is concerned. And people need to stop pushing the narrative that we're not making ourselves available to date. People need to stop pushing the narrative that we need to try harder. We are doing the best that we can with the little bit time that we have. Okay, especially right now, dating, the dating pool is full of pee. It's full of vomit. The dating pool is full of shit. The dating pool is a cesspool of disgustingness. Okay? The picking is really slim. And we have to go through a whole lot of mess in hope that we find a decent person or half of a decent person. We have to go through so much. And then being a single parent makes it that much harder for us in the dating world, okay? Because we have the people that disregards us, that looks down their noses at us for being single parents without even knowing the reason behind why we're single parents. They don't care if our spouses have died and unfortunately made us single parents. They don't know They don't know if our spouses walked out on us to make us single parent. There's like so many different reasons why a person can become a single parent, and people tend to look down their noses at single parents, especially single females, single mothers. Okay, people look down their noses at us for being single mothers. They don't care to know the reason behind it. They don't even try to understand the reason, because everybody, whether you are a widow, whether you are a divorcee, just whether you made bad choices or whatever the circumstances may or may not have been, we are all placed under one umbrella, in one category, and everybody is telling us, oh, maybe you should have made better decisions, and rather than, opening your leg and having a child by a fuck boy, or having a child by a no good person, or whatever. Maybe you shouldn't have been sleeping around. Like, we're all placed just in one bracket, and there are so many different stories. You have single mothers out there that were single mothers because they were raped and they became pregnant, and they didn't have the heart to get rid of the pregnancy, or they didn't have the heart to give away their child once their child was born. And so they decided that even though that child was conceived out of, a not so happy circumstances, they decide that they're going to power through it and still love and mother their children, and they choose to be single parents. That is nothing to look down your nose at. That is nothing they should be guilted for. That is nothing they should be ashamed of. Okay, you have people that are single parents because their marriage didn't work out. They're divorced, or their spouse may have died, or the deadbeat person just decide that, hey, you know what, just gets up one day and decide that, hey, I don't want to be a father anymore, and they just decide to leave you alone with their kids to raise. Like, there's so many different reasons as to why women are single mothers. And for men to look down their noses at a female that is a single parent, you don't want to date a single mother, that's fine. Hey, you are well within your rights, because 2 to 1 single mothers don't want your ass anyways. But I'm just saying, if you choose not to date a single mother, that's fine. You are well within your rights. But to look down your nose and to degrade and to belittle a single mother because she is not your preference makes you a jerk. It makes you a deadbeat. It makes you an asshole. Okay, you can have your preferences without degrading the other choices that you neglected. It's downright wrong. It's idiotic. It's stupid. Okay, so for us single women, and things like that, it kind of discourages us from putting ourselves out there, because so many of us are judged wrongfully for it. And a lot of times it's like, we just want to go through that, you know and then also a lot of times we single mothers are single by choice, because we know that, because we have tried on numerous occasions to actually do try to date, but again, because of circumstances, we are unable to. We just kind of like, I don't want to say give up, but we just kind of like, we take dating and we put it in the back burner, and we focus our time, effort and energy on our children, on ourselves, on our successes, and elevating ourselves and securing a more secured and better life, not only for ourselves but especially for our kids, until our kids are older. When we've and it's again, for people that has younger kids, it is especially hard. So a lot of times, if our kids are not old enough to say they can probably stay at home by themselves or go over to a friend's house or whatever the case is, we just take dating and put it on hold for now. So please, when you see a single mother, number one, please do not look down your noses at us, okay? If you don't know the story, and a lot of you may not care to hear the story or to understand the story, but you know what? Keep your opinions or whatever to yourself. It's not needed, okay? We get it. It's not needed. And also, please don't be trying to pressure anybody into, trying to date somebody and be like, oh, you need the help or whatever the case is. Put yourself out there, meet people, go. We have tried. We have tried. We have tried. It's just that sometimes the circumstances and situations are beyond our control, and there is nothing we can do about it. So in instances like that, we just like, hey, you know what? If I meet somebody, I meet somebody. If I don't, I don't. But in the meantime, while my child is young and they need my undivided attention, I'm just going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on my job, my career, and focus on my kids, and taking life day by day with a grain of salt as it comes. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you guys because listen, dating in the 21st century, dating in this day and age is already hard enough as it is, but it is even harder, extremely hard, when you are a single parent, be it male or female. It is extremely, extremely, extremely hard, and it requires a lot of understanding and a lot of patience on the other person end. And a lot of people you'll find doesn't have that patience because they're going to take it personally. They're going to say, there's always an excuse. You never have any time for me. You never this, you never that. As a matter of fact, I think like last year sometime I made a podcast where I don't want to call this person an idiot because I don't know I don't know this person from a can of paint. But there was this meme that this person made, 10 reasons why they will not date a single mother. Hey, to each their own, okay? I'm not here to try to convince you otherwise. To each their own. You have your preference. Amen. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord for you. But don't share your idiotic ideologies with other people, and don't look down your noses at single parents, okay? Because at any given day, the tables can turn, and you as a male that's looking down your nose at a single mother could maybe one day be a single dad. And when you become a single father, you will then understand how single mothers feel, because now you would be placed in a situation where you want a female to accept you with your children as you are. So even though you may have your preferences now, and this goes for both male and female alike, just please try to be a little bit more empathetic towards a person and their situation, because those tables, they do turn, and you never know at which end of the table you may end up in. Even though you may feel like you are the best at making choices, at making the best of the decisions or whatever, you're not going to have children out of wedlock, you're going to make sure that you are married and you are secured in every sense of the word. But there are many single mothers out there that made great choices with their lives. They didn't have their children out of wedlock, but life happened. Life happens a lot that can change the outcome and the circumstances of a person's life, despite the fact that you have made the best choices. So be a little mindful to that before you look down your nose at another single mother. Kind of went off topic there a little bit, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below. No negative comments, okay? Any negative comments will get deleted. I will report you and I will block you, okay? This is a safe space, positivity only, okay? So please leave a comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. And Happy New Year. Make the best of it. Yes.